Okay, here we go. For this lesson, what we're going to do is we are going to try and have paintings that don't warp. I did these being very, very wet, and they're not very warpy at all. It's to avoid this. This part of this painting was very wet, and so we have a nice buckle. And of course that makes a valley here. So, and then as it dries, then your paint doesn't look the way it was when you put it on. Anyway, what you have to have is a non-porous substrate that's clean. Oh, that's pretty clean. And I'm going to use this 8x10 frame. This is one of these, put through the front loaded frames. And so the glass is beveled, which is very nice, so you don't cut yourself. And so in order to do that, I have to have, it's an 8x10 frame, so I need a smaller piece of paper than 8x10. Because I have to have room to tape it. So I'm going to wet the paper. It's pretty wet. It's pretty wet. You can see it's shiny. And put it down in the middle of my frame here, hopefully in my middle. And I'm going to wipe the edges so that my tape will stick. If my tape doesn't stick, the whole thing is going to be a waste. I've done it the other way, where I've put the water on the glass. And I'll tell you after this which one works better. Right now, we don't know. Okay, here's a piece of tape that wants to curl up. My paper wants to curl up. Everything wants to curl up. Let's see if we can get that pretty even. That's pretty even. I hope that's pretty even. Oops. And the important thing is not to have any air bubbles. Any place where the air comes through. Tape on differently so it doesn't come out curly. Okay, and take the bottom. Again, being sure that you don't have any air bubbles. There's a bubble. There's a bubble. You also don't want to cut through the tape with your fingernail, because that will let air in too. You've got a hole. And I use two hands, it works better. Taping this side. Be careful about air bubbles. And taping this side. Trying to keep my elbows out from under the camera. I don't think it's going to work. Okay. So now we're going to do a real wet on wet painting. Do a little spray of water in the front here. And what kind of brush do I want? I think I'm going to try a flat brush. A flat brush? Yes. Flat brush. Pick up some paint. This is Permanent Rose. So splatter it on here. Should have put a little bit of up and down here. Okay, let's put a little bit of up and down. Let's have some blue in the top. Not making a big deal of it, because the point is technique, it's not the painting. Here's some blue. Real slobbery. And we'll put some green. This is some old green that I just have in my paint box. That's the bottom. So do we have some sort of, this is a Hooker's green, and up here is Hooker's green mixed with some black, which I think we'll do here too. A little bit of making believe that it's grass. Okay. We'll go back to this brush. Get some more pink. Splatter the pink. Maybe some yellow. I'm getting mostly water. There's some yellow. And then maybe just some messing this stuff around a bit. And even then, splatter it with some plain water. So we're having a really wet time here. And we'll let it dry and see what happens. This is empty. So we have the whole thing covered in paint. Maybe just do a spritz. See how that comes out. Okay, back later. Okay, we're back. And while you were gone, I decided that this needed to have gold on it. So I splattered some gold, and that's just what I did. I splattered it. And now we're going to take off the tape. I splattered the gold with, as you see up above, you see this metallic watercolor stuff, which makes some nice splatters. And that's all I did. And then I squirted it once with the squirt bottle, and I was done. So there wasn't much wet happening, which is why these are all separate little dots and not all smushed in the way the other colors are. I think it came out very nicely, and now we'll see if it also came out without being warped. Let me take off the tape. I guess we did it that way. That way. And hopefully that's still in your view. Here we go. And take this off. Get a little peeling. Still get peeling of tape. And this. And tape is sticking to me. There we have it. As wet as it was, it's still darn flat. It's not warped. I've got tape stuck to me. So that's a little trick that I hope will work for you. Looks sort of Klimtian, if that's the right word. I like the gold. I'm a sucker for gold. Till next time. That's it.